Hi Aries, welcome to your mid-July reading. So, your reading starts on the 17th because that's when the North Node moves into your sign. Congratulations. Now, what does that mean? Mainly, it gives you a chance to go back and take a look at your love life. Cleanse, forgive, closure, starting again, feeling renewed and optimistic again about love. It comes after the cleanse. It comes after the reworking. So Venus retrograde starts on the 23rd, but the nodes move on the 17th. The combination of those two transits especially puts the focus on past love. So one of the ways that past love can show up right now is that it can hurt the present as a person, an ex. It can also show up as regret and grieving for something that you wish you had done better, and therefore prompts you to a new level of dedication or honesty with partners. It can also show up as residual grief or pain for some wound, usually abandonment wound, that was triggered and may still be triggered. You may still be nursing a wound from a while ago. Regardless of how past love shows up, it shows up so it can be dealt with as the North Node moves into your sign, and you will have this theme throughout. Now, finding the true purpose of this transit it comes down to being able to distinguish between your desires and the desires of others. And where is the meeting of those two? Where should it be? Where has it been up until now? Where is that point where the two come together? Where has it been up until now, and where should it be moving forward? Now, this is a very tall order for you, because if there's anything that you don't know, it's probably that. Because you have a way of kind of meshing your desires with reality. You can make it feel like it's not you that wants this thing, it's just a thing that has to happen. So first we have the Tower, and then we have the Six of Cups. Okay? So really getting into that abandonment wound that we're talking about, really getting into whatever relationship it was that hit you, in that most innocent place where you believed the person, you were all in, you were head over heels, and the way that relationship transpired, or what happened during the course of that relationship, the Tower moments that it inevitably brought, are re-examined during this North Node transit. And then we have the Judgment card and the Ace of Wands. Now, let's not forget, like I said, that this moment of honesty, this call to be deeply honest with self, is such a blessing, because it affords you an opportunity to actually change and change your romantic energy, which is not something that's easily done. Changing is not easy at all. It's next to impossible. And being able to change your romantic vibe is really, really difficult. But to be given the chance to do so is pretty cool. So what's it based on? Honesty. Being really, really painfully honest with yourself about how you are, how you can be, especially in love. Where is that honest line between what you want and what you think other people want, that you convince yourself that they want, so you can go ahead and be full force about what you want? Do you get what I'm saying? I know you know what I mean. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So this brings us to an interesting place. When you're preoccupied with thinking about your desires and the desires of others, and which desires define you, and what is the general level or flavor of desire that is thrown at you, or that is poured over you. And do you like it? Do you want it to be that, or do you want it to be something else? These are the things that you can think about and actually change. And instead of getting caught up and being really stressed out about it, because these are big things to think about, and some of them are really uncomfortable, right? Because it implies that there hasn't been closure in those areas. So it's not the easiest thing, but if you look at it as a chance to truly evolve and expand, it should be okay. And funnily enough, even though we're not talking about it right now, it has a great effect on your money. Because what you don't realize is that as you begin to examine these things and you get a better handle on where your desires truly lie, you become a bit more, well, I said it earlier in the June video, adult. You're becoming more adult. You're growing up. So, of course, that's starting to show in your finances as well, because you're entering a period where you will be very smart, not just careful, but smart about your money. And it has to do with finally kicking some people off of the pedestals they've been on so you can get back on the pedestal. Another North Node transit idea that we'll be dealing with for a while now. So this fortune, this good luck, this sustained income comes in because whomever you have been seeing as this authority figure that you just feel like doesn't like you or hasn't been fair with you, or or just like whether it's like an industry and that's what you're like, it won't give me a break, or it's like a specific person, whatever is representing in your life the source of income right now, if you feel like it's been at odds with you, this is a time where you're able to see that the reason you've been at odds with it is because you've been giving it too much power and it doesn't deserve it, and you need to remove that thing, that person from that place so you can put yourself there. And in various ways throughout this season, you will be, throughout not just Cancer season but the season of your North Node and moving into Leo season now, gaining more fire, you will be finding new and interesting ways to keep putting yourself back on that pedestal. And you'll also be noticing at this time how many different ways you knock yourself off that pedestal and put somebody else up there. And those are not going to be easy realizations to have. You're not going to be happy about it. It's, well, at the very least, in some cases, it's embarrassing. But don't be embarrassed, because this is all happening between you and you. Nobody is privy to any of this, right? This is not a group thing. This is a personal thing. So Venus retrograde also affects how you express love, okay? And this also includes self-love. So during Venus retrograde, it's really easy to overspend because you want to satisfy your vanity and you want to give voice to that self-love. And if you don't really feel the self-love right now, you may try to buy it. Don't do that. It's just going to mess with your finances, and that's not smart right now. So there's that. Like I said, somebody from the past as an actual like physical person can mess with whatever you have going on presently, and that is unfortunate. If I were you, I would not deal with this person. I would just hide from this person. I would be really quiet. I would not engage with them, especially if they're a Virgo, because they're also going through a Venus retrograde and they're also trying to find closure in their own way, and this is not what you're about right now, and you're not here to be used for that, and it will just get so sad and so painful if you indulge it, because this person is essentially remains a liar. A magician is someone who does one thing but says another, shows you one thing but is doing another. Illusion, right? So not to be trusted. Okay, now one of the other big things, Aries, that you'll discover during the North Node is all the different ways that you no longer want to use people. You just don't want to do it anymore. It may be a part of your nature. It may be something you've struggled with. It may be something that you've been subjected to as a child. But whatever it is, you just don't want to use people anymore, and you don't want to be used anymore. See how that goes along with kicking people off the pedestal? It's important. So if you find yourself right now feeling betrayed by people, like, no, like really, are you doing this? It's because everyone that's using you and everyone you use is going to exit your life, or you're going to rehabilitate that connection, one or the other. Okay. Mars is in Virgo. Mars moved into Virgo on the 10th. Of course, this affects you because Mars is your ruling planet. This gives you time to work better. Keep organized and you will stay ahead of everybody when it comes to work. And it's the best thing that could happen to you because it gives you a little breathing room, makes you feel wanted and valued, makes you feel like you're good at what you do. Just run, go for it. Nothing to do but work hard. But here's the other thing, and I wrote this down because I really think it's worth talking about. If your work isn't your passion and you're just like going to work every day and working your equivalent of a 9 to 5, stop putting so much into it. Put stuff into your passion. Come home, leave whenever you can. Come home and put stuff into your small side hustle, your business, your small business, your idea. Don't waste this time on somebody else's job and somebody else's dream. It's not worth it. And you deserve better, because that kind of thinking of coming home and working on your side hustle instead is the kind of thinking that you're developing in this North Node adulting, transformation that you're going through. You need to think long term. Your 9 to 5 is not long term. Business is long term, right? Okay, moving along. Now, I know that thinking long term is fairly annoying to you because you like to live in the present and you like to live in the now, but this is one of the transformations that the North Node transit brings you. You're able to still remain in the present and make conscious choices, better choices that affect your future, better choices. You're able to make much, much, much better choices. Because you're not thinking about right now. You're thinking about 5 years from now. Until you stop shooting yourself in the foot by doing things impulsively in the moment that are bad and self-destructive. Part of you may feel like that means you've lost your spark, or that you've lost your mojo, or your fire's gone out. And none of those things are true. Your fire's just become a lot stronger and a lot more contained and concentrated. And now as you go through this North Node, you deal with, as the North Node, comes upon you, you deal with finally kind of wrangling your identity. What makes you you? Is it your wants? Is it your desires? Is it other people's desirous behavior towards you? What is it? What is that substance that your life runs on? Is it love? Is it money? Is it attention? Is it lust? The North Node wants to know what the pedestal is made of. And you get to rebuild it as you see fit, and you get to knock over every pedestal that doesn't have you on it in your internal life. Your opinion, your counsel, your company becomes your favorite. You relish it, you cherish it, and you become a better companion, a better and more interesting friend, because you are spending so much time cultivating something internally. It will make you deeper. It's cool, Aries. It's cool. I love you. We're going to look at these cards, and there's a couple of ways. You can get an instant extended link. You can go to Vimeo. There's a bunch of Aries tiers on Patreon. And what else? There's personal reading links on there. And we're having an amazing event on the 26th of August in New York City. And the tickets are below. Love you. Love you.